All right, let's jump right in. We're heading into the heart of one of the world's most dynamic cities to really get under the hood of its furnished rental market. And look, this isn't just about finding a cool apartment. This is a data-driven guide to understanding the powerful forces shaping how people are living and investing in Dhaka right this second. And we're kicking things off with the number that says it all, 5.9%. That is the year-over-year rent growth in Dhaka. Let's be clear, this isn't just a warm market, it's absolutely red hot. It signals huge demand, real pressure on housing, and frankly, it's the engine driving everything we're about to talk about. So, that leads us to the million-dollar question, right? If you're a tenant, where's the real value? And if you're a property owner, how do you even create it, let alone maximize your return? The next few minutes are all about answering that, and we're going to use the hard data as our map. To start, we've got to zoom out and look at the big picture. What is the fundamental idea that's making Dhaka's rental scene explode like this? Well, it really all boils down to one word: convenience. What's so interesting here is how this connects directly back to that 5.9% growth we just saw. A huge piece of that is the premium people will pay for furnished turnkey rentals. Tenants, especially professionals, expats, and corporate clients, are more than willing to pay extra for a place that's ready to go from day one with one single predictable bill. So for owners, this is your key selling point. You're not just renting four walls, you're selling a totally hassle-free lifestyle. Next up, let's decode what actually creates that value. We're talking about the specifics, from lease terms and flexibility to the furniture itself, and how it all impacts your return on investment. This chart lays out the classic dilemma for any landlord, doesn't it? Do you go for the flexibility of monthly leases that attract a huge pool of people on the move? Or do you lock in the stability of a 12-month lease? Well, the data suggests the smartest play is actually a tiered strategy. Offer both. Have clear pricing, clear renewal terms, and you'll capture the whole market instead of leaving money on the table. Now, here's a term that might be new to you, but trust me, it's a total game changer. Furniture as a service, or FAS. Think about it. Instead of buying all your furniture, which just loses value and gets worn out, you partner with a company to manage it all for you. This means regular refreshes, professional maintenance, and way better cost control. It literally transforms a massive upfront expense into a predictable, manageable operating cost. And this is why that whole FAS thing matters so much. 3 to 6%. That's a pretty typical annual yield you can expect on a well-managed furnished portfolio. By being smart about your furniture and keeping your units looking fresh and modern, you directly support that premium pricing and high occupancy, which gets you to this kind of solid return. Okay, so we've got the financial model down, but what do tenants actually want inside these places? Expectations for city living are changing fast, so let's look at the features that really define a top-tier rental in Dhaka today. It's probably no surprise that tech is high on the list. But we're not talking about super expensive, complicated systems here. The key is to focus on upgrades with a high return on investment. Things like smart thermostats and efficient lighting. They actually save tenants money on their bills, which they love. And smart locks? That's a huge upgrade in convenience and security, and a major selling point. And this desire for modern living goes way beyond just gadgets. Sustainability is now a real decision-making factor. Tenants, especially in those corporate or international circles, are actively looking for properties that match their own values. So highlighting things like locally sourced materials or green design isn't just some nice-to-have feature, it's a powerful marketing tool that attracts a premium slice of the market. Oh yeah, this one is a biggie. It's a direct result of the massive global shift in how we all work. A proper home office isn't a luxury anymore. It is an absolute must-have. And just sticking a desk in a dark corner, that's not going to cut it. A dedicated, well-lit, functional workspace is one of the very first things that corporate clients and remote workers search for. They will pick a unit that has one over a unit that doesn't, every single time. And for rentals that see a lot of turnover, the design has to be both beautiful and incredibly practical. This is where modular and multifunctional furniture is your best friend. An expandable table can be a desk and then a dining area. Good storage is absolutely critical in smaller city apartments. And using a neutral palette with durable materials, that means the unit appeals to more people and it can take a beating, which reduces your maintenance costs down the line. So let's pull all these threads together. Think of this final section as your strategic playbook. Whether you're a tenant trying to find the perfect spot or an owner looking to optimize your property, these are the key moves for winning in Dhaka's competitive market. First up, you have to know who your most valuable customer is. This chart tells a powerful story. Even with a lot of new furnished units coming online, occupancy in the corporate housing sector stays incredibly high. We're talking over 80%. This is your anchor tenant base. Sure, they demand quality, but they provide stable, high-value, long-term occupancy. You know the saying, time is money? Well, in the rental world, every single day a unit sits empty, it's just burning cash. That's why having a super efficient turnover process is absolutely non-negotiable. And it's not rocket science. It just means having a standard checklist for cleaning, a list of reliable plumbers and painters you can call in a heartbeat, and a simple staging process to get the unit looking perfect in record time. Efficiency here goes straight to your bottom line. This stuff is so important for protecting your investment. A detailed inventory list with photos at move-in prevents almost every argument at move-out. Your lease has to be crystal clear about the difference between normal wear and tear and actual damage. And, of course, good insurance is your ultimate safety net. These steps create clarity and security for everyone involved. This slide just lays it out so perfectly. One size does not fit all. You simply cannot furnish and price an apartment for a corporate client the same way you would for a student. The corporate person needs premium services and a central location. The student needs durability and a good price. By really understanding these different groups and tailoring your product to them, you maximize your appeal and keep those occupancy rates high. Just a quick but vital point here. The rules and regulations around rentals are always changing. Staying on top of licenses, safety standards, and local laws isn't just about avoiding fines. It's about building trust. It shows your tenants you're a professional, reliable operator, and that's priceless. And that really brings us right back to the core takeaway of this entire explainer, doesn't it? Success in a market as fast-moving as Dhaka's isn't about guesswork. It's about understanding the data, everything from rent growth and occupancy weights to what kind of desk a tenant wants. The data tells you what to build, how to price it, and exactly who you should be marketing it to. So we'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. The trends we've seen here in Dhaka, this demand for convenience, technology, sustainability, and flexibility, they're shaping cities all over the world. Our homes aren't just places to sleep anymore. They're our offices, our gyms, our private sanctuaries. And as our lives keep changing, the real question is, what will we demand from our homes next?